So awesome A plus trade here this morning on Meta. The idea here was that it had a pretty significant gap down after earnings with a relatively decent earnings number. And so we were looking for an overreaction bounce after this morning's sell-off. So I have to be really patient waiting for this trade to come together. Once we start to see a little bit of that kind of bottom heavy wick there on that BRK candle, or the one that's highlighted red, we knew that bears were starting to look a little bit exhausted. So at that point, we just wanted to get confirmation that they had failed. We got confirmation of that failure on then that inside bar fake out. So we had oversold conditions after an inside bar and then a little inside bar fake out. Now we're just waiting for confirmation of bull stepping in and fully reclaiming control. The way that we're going to justify that in this case is just waiting for an increasing volume standard here at these lows. And then once we get that candle, we know we have a high conviction look or a high probability setup back up towards sort of that middle Bollinger Band. This trade ended up coming together almost perfectly and nearly 100% textbook. And yeah, really happy with $8 or almost $9 a share win. So congratulations to all the DTR members who caught this trade. And yeah, if you want to trade like this and with our money, send us a message and we'll get you started. Then I'm always going to use that as an excuse as to why I'm not studying, or as to why I'm not looking over my entries, or whatever reason. Like it's, oh, just conditions are shit. Oh, it'd be better in when they're mystically or magically better. Like it's, yes, yeah, there's times where you get more limit downs and you get bad liquidity, and yeah, you can objectively say that they're shit conditions. But dude, we're trading retail. Like our position sizing is 1/100th of 1% of the volume on what happens on a Microsoft on a day-to-day basis. So those concerns don't really impact us. So yeah, I hate that kind of language that gives the market power over you. I don't think that's the reality, right? We are in control and we're in control of our decisions. And yeah, sometimes the games that this market will play on us of, okay, I haven't had a trade in a long time, so I should be owed a decision. That kind of stuff is bullshit. We got to fight against those kind of fallacies, I would say. Yeah, for now, sit on hands. I'm still very, very interested in this meta. I'm just trying to talk myself into this being a stop loss. If that could be my stop loss, I am in a great spot here. Again, this would have to be half size from where this point is. All right, I'm going to take a shot here, guys. Half size. Okay, waiting for an entry here. All right, guys, I am in. Average price 281.83. Average price 281.83. Half size here. So definitely a little bit of slippage on that, maybe 15 cents or so. The ideal entry there was like 281.60-ish, maybe even a little bit lower. There was just nice consolidation, or you saw like nice absorption at that level. So maybe I should have picked there. But yeah, ultimately not too disappointed with this entry. This is still pretty fine. Oh, excellent entry, Brian. Excellent entry. So far so good here, right? So far so good. Brian, if you're up on this, man, I would start to consider taking some profit here. Right? Get to that risk-free. There it goes, right? There it goes. All right, guys, here we go. Let's see here. Let's see. I think there must have been a misprint there in my P&L reading, because as that it was increasing, I'm kind of acting like my P&L was going up. So I'm not sure what the discrepancy was there, but ultimately didn't get stopped out. I mean, didn't even get close in reality. So pretty happy with this. Again, maybe could have gotten just a little bit of a better entry, but we're picking at hairs here. Pretty happy with this regardless. All right, see if it's got the legs here. See if it's got the legs to get over. First profit target's going to be like 280, 250-ish. Okay, about 25 cents away here, right? I'm close about a quarter of my position at that zone. And then I push my stop loss to my entry price at that point. I'm not going to let this do what I did yesterday. Okay, 10 cents. Gotta wait for that bid to cross. Bastard. Heart sank a little bit there. So I really wanted to change my plan in this moment. Like I wanted to cut that trade right there. Yeah, just FOMO from yesterday, right? Like yesterday, if I cut my plan, I would have made money. Today, just trusted it, and it ended up being the right decision. I don't like how it couldn't cross over. That doesn't feel super healthy. Okay, watching it here, right? If it doesn't do it here, I'm going to get out. 5 cents away again, right? So it should be able to pop. There it is. Give me. Got my order hanging. Come on. Oh, there we go, guys. All right, close about a quarter of my position there. It was just a low of this, so I got a high vol confirmation candle here, right? Or what I consider to be confirmation, right? Bears are exhausted, couple fake outs. So stop loss, I felt like I established a range here. So stop loss low of that range. Woo! All right, guys, let's go. This trade is fucking rocking here now. I'm going to take off a little bit more here. 283, and I have about half of my position left. Oh, man. I had to really work for that. I had to really wait for that trade to come together. Well done, everybody. Woo! Feels good. Man, we had to really wait for that trade to come together, though. Right? And then that made it spend pretty much zero time in the red. So well done, everybody. Well done. And now we can get to that next profit target here. Hopefully a few of you guys are rocking and crushing this trade as well. But it turned into a nice week here all of a sudden. Let's go. So 283 here, right? Next target about 5 cents away. There we go, guys. Took off a little bit more. I've got half of my original position left. Boom. Let's go. Let's go. Anyone else trade this with me? Nice work, James. Nice work. Those contracts must be up nice here now. I bet everyone's loading up on puts. Let's go, guys. Almost $2 a share here. Almost $2 a share. So that's gonna be my next scale out here, right? 283. 283.83, I guess. That's a funny number. Let's go. Nice work, Ruben. Nice work, Joel. Joel R, what made you miss the entry? All right, guys. Looking to take some off here in about 5 cents. There we go. Took a bit more off. 283.93. Oh, I took off way less than I wanted. Whoops. Oh, I got fucking robbed. Took off 100 shares. I wanted to take off 400. No, that's fair. That's fair, Jason. Tell you what, guys, makes it worth waiting all week for a good trade, right? When we do finally catch one. All right, guys, took a bit more off there, 283.93. And let's see if this thing can keep rocking and rolling here. But fantastic work, everybody. Fantastic work. Fuck, I know you missed this trade, man, but you've had yourself a pretty awesome 3 months. So, it's all right if you missed this one. No big deal. Fucking best job in the world, guys. Nice work, James. About the same I have left, too. About a third of my original position. About less. I have a fourth of my original position left. Fuck yeah, guys. Oh, that feels so good. Man, when you have to work for it and wait and wait and wait. And yesterday, right, we had this exact same idea, but we were just like 5 minutes early on the perfect entry. Today, right, notice that, correct, and boom, right, we crush a trade. So this is why, I know I sound probably very euphoric here, right, but this is why I do the daily accountability checkups, right? Because every day you can ask yourself, okay, what do I want to focus on? What do I need to be thinking about here all day long? And then during the day, right, you can be obsessing over that so that when you're getting ready for an entry where you're waiting, you're slowing yourself down so that you don't make the same mistake you made yesterday, right? And now we're up $3 a share almost. And it's a, week making win. So congratulations to everyone. Fantastic discipline, incredible patience. This is what we live for as traders. That one great win a week. Woo! Feel like I can justify losing money when I finish my run now. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Oh, best job in the world. It's not the money, guys, right? Like, I mean, the money feels awesome, for sure. But it's the fact that it did exactly what we said it was going to do. And the money shows up, right? Like, that's what is so fun about this. Fuck yeah, guys. What a trade. Gonna be up $4 a share here in a second. Unreal. Fucking love this job. All right, I'm going to scale out a bit more here, guys, right? 285 is a nice number. Let's go, guys. Let's go. No, my pleasure, Randall. Glad you joined us. How are you finding things in the course so far? Very cool, man. Well, what I would say is, when you do finish it or you do complete it, send me a message or send me a email or something along those lines, and we'll get you involved on a more permanent basis if that's something you're interested in. What I do is I help traders get funded so that they can trade these ideas and trade these setups with me without having to put up any of their own money. So you'd be able to have traded this trade with us with a 250K account or 500K account and kept 90% of the PNL that you generated on that trade. Sounds good. Yeah, looking forward to it. So guys, 286. Are you fucking kidding me? Let's go, right? Wow, what a trade here, everybody. What a trade. Oh, I love this job so much. I think this justifies being pretty patient on Monday, Tuesday, right? God, I love this job. And Rose, that other Tesla setup, I don't know if you're still in here. Spot on, right? Gave you that exact same move. The only reason I played Meta versus Tesla was Meta was more extended to the downside. So more extended to the downside should mean that the bounce back is bigger, right? Or it's a bigger overreaction bounce. So multiple setups can come across multiple time frames or multiple tickers, and you just pick which one catches your eye best. I will say, and this is probably a little bit of something to be aware of, right, going forward for myself personally. But on this meta, right, I wanted this to be a bullish trade for a very long time, right? So there was for sure, like a decent amount of emotional attachment to being correct on my thesis here. And so, yeah, if this trade didn't go my way, this one would have been fucking painful. Not painful P&L wise. Hard stop loss set, fine. But emotionally, this would have been a ego boost or an ego killer, right? Where on the flip side, okay, this trade went well, green right away, mega wins, an ego booster. But I feel so euphoric, right? Or I feel so good about this trade because I attached a significant emotional variable, right? We'll call it to my analysis here, where I was so confident that my idea was going to be correct that I, to a certain extent, would have had a tough time accepting being wrong. So I'm happy I got bailed out, but that's definitely something I need to be aware of, right? Where my confidence in my BB reversal system or in the confidence in my technique, maybe it was overconfidence in that situation. Right? And I'm saying this out loud to myself, and I will write this down in my journal here in a second, because this detail, right? This like realization, okay, I'm up 5 figures on the day, right? And okay, I can now maybe take a deep breath, like the adrenaline has worn off a little bit of that mega win. And that's a detail that I would forget, right, at the end of the day, or a detail that I would forget at the end of the week. And so I want to write that down, right? And investigate why I felt the attachment. The attachment isn't necessarily wrong. It doesn't necessarily mean that I'm incorrect, but it makes it harder for me to be robotic in my decision making, right? If I want something so bad and I'm waiting for it to happen for so long, then it's easier for me to talk myself into doing something that I shouldn't do. So I don't think I did anything wrong here. I don't think I broke my rules. I didn't do anything along those lines. But I had tunnel vision on this meta setup when I could have looked at Tesla, right? Or I had tunnel vision on meta when I could have maybe looked at playing SPY to the downside like Jason. So that tunnel vision works well, but it can also work against you. And it was 100% from a confidence. Yeah, but that conviction's good, right? But even if I have 100% conviction in my idea, having more conviction doesn't mean that the setup is more valid, right? Because regardless of how I feel in the moment, I know that my edge works 70% of the time. And so I can't get too in love with my idea, right? Ideas come and go. If I get too in love with the idea, then my P&L will suffer. So 287 here, guys. I think I have to take off a little bit more. I'm going to close half of what I have left. I've got 700 shares. So I'm going to close 350 here. At 287.02. God damn, what a trade, guys. What a trade. Oh. So who knows what's coming next? 10:30 in the morning. A nice day here. Okay, get on a flight here later this afternoon. All right, took some more off at 287, guys. What's coming next here? Hopefully you guys are having one yourselves too. Hell yeah, celebratory breakfast time. Let's go. So I started off the day, right, by saying that, life's a little bit sweeter when you can have Reese's Cups with your coffee. I think I'm gonna have to start eating like 20 Reese's Cups before every trading session now. It'll be a good run, but not a long run. Ah, yeah, that was an awesome trade, James. Well done, man. Best job in the world where we wait for something, wait, and then it comes together and we crush it. Oh, feels so good. What was the final win on options, percentage-wise? If you're still with us. Oh, dude, let's go. That's incredible. Like almost like 60%. Won't have a day job for very long if you trade like that. Nice work, James. Well done, Ruben. See, man, like yeah, Ruben, I hope you don't mind me saying this, right? But a lot of the game here as a trader, right, is like us controlling the demons that we're okay with, right? So it's okay for us to make mistakes, and we're gonna make a ton of mistakes as traders. But like being a little bit greedy and letting a small win turn into a small loss, not a big deal. Letting a small win turn into like an account blowing loss is a big deal. So we can't beat ourselves up for making little mistakes. Those are gonna happen. We got to beat ourselves up over making fundamental mistakes. And so we kind of keep our head in the game. We evaluate our performance. We judge ourselves on a trade-to-trade basis. We can keep our head in the game so that we catch these trades. So really, really well done for you making that adjustment. That's fantastic to see. But what I want to see going forward, right, is a greater accountability of the language you use to describe little minor mistakes, right? So I don't want to see, and this is for everyone, right? But little mistakes are not the death of progress. They're not the death of whatever. Like, they're not like this monumental setback. So let's not give them that kind of power, right? Because the more power we give a small little mistake, the more power it has over us to create a big one. Yeah, I still have a few shares here left, guys. 350, so not a huge chunk of my remaining position. But if this thing can keep climbing, like I really have, like I have no reason to get rid of this, right? So your payday, I've got my stop loss, $1.50 under current price. So stop loss is about 285. And yeah, we'll see how much follow we can get. But I mean, I'm not doing anything else here. I have to also say, guys, it's a little bit of a selfish comment, but from like an educator's perspective, knowing that I'm going on like taking tomorrow off, but getting this trade is like the ultimate mic drop for me, right? Like the ultimate justification of taking a holiday. Yeah, please, guys, if you are going to be trading tomorrow, right, do not give away a green week. Do not give away a substantial P&L gain. After a big moving day, it's been a very volatile week. The Friday trap is to lure everyone into losing money, right? So don't chase after it unless it's absolutely perfect. Be patient. Like, we had to wait a long ass time for this trade today. Again, that reversal, right? 1016 was my entry. So, and then first scale out was 4 minutes later. That's not bad. So throw those variables, right? Know the timings of when your A+ setups come together and make it easier to control the variables you can't control. What a day, guys. Congratulations, everyone. A lot of fun. mean, that's not a shabby number there, Greg. Sorry, remind me your entry price. I can't see it in the chat. Yeah, dude, that's not too shabby, dude. 281.86 to 286. Yeah, that's all right. I think you'll be pretty happy with that. Congratulations, man. That's awesome. Trader Ryan, I don't know if you're still in here, but you asked a couple days ago, right? About like, do we wait for pullbacks, right? Or we wait for trades that don't give us whatever? Right, this trade, we didn't have to wait for that pullback, right? The risk reward zone was already appropriate. So we were already in that entry. So it was more just about, okay, when you had the courage to pull the trigger versus needing it to pull back to a specific price. So, you know, as it was or as it was structured, we had like, I don't know, 10-to-1 risk reward towards high day or something. So there was, yeah, it was more of just, okay, time it up kind of thing. Different types of trades will often have different types of entry timing. That makes sense. So like a breakout trade, you're more likely to see or need a pullback. Oh, that's beautiful, man. I mean, still a $4 win nearly. It's pretty good. Okay, so next target here is going to be 289. Close 175. Close half what I have left here. Okay, there we go, guys. Took a little bit off there at 289.12. What a trade. Holy Jesus. All right, so final hold here will be till 290 on my remaining 175 shares. Yeah, you absolutely could have. 100%, yeah. The only reason I didn't want to go full size here is it was just after its earnings. It was already a pretty big flush, and we'd seen it move pretty big on some of those moves lower. So potentially, if I got stopped out there, I would have dealt with a little bit of slippage and would have likely taken a bigger loss than I would have expected. So just sizing down. I mean, the fact that we got a $9 win or an $8 win, I really don't like, I don't really feel like I missed out on being half size, to be honest. So yeah, not a bad day. I trade with shares, Randall. I used to trade with options, but these days I trade with a funded account and just don't deal with the time decay. So final scale out here, guys, about 15 cents. All right, boom, all out. So from 281.83 to 290. Not a bad trade. Congratulations, everybody. Woo! What a day. Oh, I'm going to lose a lot of money playing blackjack.